I'm having difficulty starting this video, so bear with me, but essentially, 7 years ago, I lived in this townhome, and this townhome is where I was living when everything traumatic happened to me, when I was in that abusive relationship, when I left that abusive relationship, when I was, like, the sexual assaults happened, when all of that was going on. And that place represents, like, the darkest feelings that are hard to put into words, but are so easy to remember. And I was at a coffee shop in that part of town today, and I got done with a meeting early, and I had some time to kill. And for some unknown reason, I decided to drive through that neighborhood and drive by where I used to live. And I could so clearly remember exactly how things felt, like exactly the weight that I carried every day, and that hopelessness, that knowledge that nothing was ever gonna be okay ever again, that I was broken, that I did not want to be on planet Earth, that I just so much darkness. And I would walk my dogs every morning, and so I knew this neighborhood really well, like all the sidewalks, and I drove through it. And things in my life are not simple right now. Like, there's definitely stuff going on. It's been a few months since I, you know, went through a major life change. I'm dealing with a lot, but I can really confidently say that as I was driving through that neighborhood, I had tears streaming down my face and also a huge smile on my face, because I have literally never been happier in my life than how I am right now. Like, even with stuff going on, even though everything is not okay, even though days are rough, when I compare, like, how I feel about myself, how I feel about life, how I feel about everything, to how I felt when I was walking those sidewalks in the morning with my dogs and when I was living in that house, I can't tell you how different it is. And it's not that I did anything astronomical, I just survived, really. Sometimes I honestly don't know why I survived. I don't know how I kept going to sleep and getting back up in the morning, because I didn't feel like I actually had a will to live at that point. But I had just enough of one that I made it through, and I kept making it through. And I am so insanely grateful to be where I am and to have made it. And like I said, things are not easy or simple right now. Like, there are rough days, but those rough days do not compare to the kind of days that I had every day back then. And so I just wanted to take a moment to remind you that if you feel any connection with that kind of darkness that I felt when I lived there, like just hopeless and dead and so heavy and all of that, I can honestly tell you that, like, I knew that it wasn't gonna get better, but I kept moving forward. I kept getting up. I kept going through the motions, and then it did get better, because I kept moving forward, because I got help when I needed it, because I reached out, not always when I needed it. I did way too much on my own and made so many mistakes. But I think the only thing that I can actually say for myself is that I persevered, and you are doing that right now. If you're going through something, you are persevering by being here. Keep doing that. Please keep doing that. This is the most cliche thing I've ever said, but don't give up, because it is worth it to hold on. It is so worth it. Like, I can't tell you how happy I am today compared to then. Hold on. Just keep holding on. I promise you it's worth it.